Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the E20 Zone TV player ratings for Brighton 1, West Ham 3. What a magnificent day yesterday was. I cannot express to everyone how much of a cup final that meant for me personally. That was what's the word I'm looking for? Jubilation. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah. It is, yeah. Perfect
Yeah,
word,
I was trying to find something good, but we will pass it on over for myself. Alfie, how are you feeling? Give me your thoughts on yesterday.
Good.
I can't tell you why, but I had a feeling you were going to do that. Mitch, how are you? How are you feeling about yesterday? Give me your thoughts and everything you
I
want
was
to say.
over the moon, and it's actually, honestly, after yesterday's result, it's completely changed the season in my eyes. I think going into our next games with Kudus as well, and with the confidence we have now got after a good performance from Alvarez, everything is just going right. Everything that Moyes wants to happen is going Moyes' way, really. Like, whatever you've got to say about the football, we are getting results, and I could wish for nothing more.
Mate, and I think one of the biggest things we're starting to see, and Moyes came out today and said, I think I saw someone with a quote, Tim Steiden's doing an excellent job. I think Tim Steiden would be impressed with Moyes under current situations. And, I mean, it looks lovely days right now. Obviously, it's only 3 matches into the season, but, mate, I think we have a reason to be optimistic. We've signed some great players. Or I won't go that far yet. We signed some good players with high potential in this side. I mean, we got Kudus today, official pen to paper. Everything is just on a high right now.
Moyes has really impressed me, I've got to be honest. I did not see the start we've had at all. And it surprised me, and I'll be the first to admit that I was probably wrong with how I think the start of the season would go under Moyes. I did not see us keep grinding out results the way we've done. We're never going to play amazing football under Moyes, and people need to accept that. And when you do, and you can enjoy the goals, enjoy the results, then we can move forward. And I could not give a toss about how we play.
Mate, before we move on to the player ratings, I think for me yesterday, what really opened my eyes, no matter what you think of Moyes, whether you like him as a manager, you don't like him as a man, you do love him, you do love the way he plays. Yesterday, we seen something that we haven't seen a lot since Roberto De Zerbi's been in the Premier League. And David Moyes put this man in an absolute chokehold yesterday. When that third goal went in, I don't think I've ever seen a manager more sick to his gut. Like, he wanted to leave. He wanted to get on a plane and go back to Italy. And the fact that David Moyes done that is it's just so funny because I'll be honest, I like David Moyes. I have been Moyes in for a long time, but disclaimer, I've only been Moyes in because there's no other better options out there. If there was a better option out there, I would be open to it. But that was probably the greatest tactical masterclass from David Moyes I've ever seen. And that's being honest. And it was a collective effort as well. But we will get on, excuse me, to the player ratings. And you know what? I'm not ashamed to do this, boys. For Kudus, he just signed today, pen to paper. Give me out of 10 this signing. You can be quick, you can be long.
7.
Mitch?
I'll give it an 8.5.
The vibes are high. I'm going 9. Perfect fit for David Moyes. Tim Steiden, brilliant work, lad. Everyone,
he's such a Moyes side.
By the way, for excitement and all the player and all that excitement stuff, then obviously it's probably like a 9 or a 10 for the club. But I don't yet see where he'd fit in perfectly. So at the moment, I'm going to give it a 7. And
totally fair. I'm going straight off excitement. All right, people, let's get into it. You boys ready? I'm excited for this one.
Well,
Alphonse Areola. Alfie, we'll let you start off yesterday. We'll let you start off with this because yesterday, Alfie had a bit of an epiphany with some players. Something hit him in the light, and he was like, "My opinions have totally changed. I'm a new man now. My views on the world are a complete 180 now." Alfie, talk to us about Areola yesterday. Absolutely fantastic.
Terrible catch in the 27th minute that could have led to a goal. But apart from that,
At least give him the
thought-
disclaimer of whose fault that was.
oh well, no. I mean, a Prem keeper has to catch that, but apart from that, I thought it was sensational. Yeah, I thought it was sensational. Some great saves, particularly towards the end of the match. You know, early on in the match, he made some decent saves as well. I thought the Ferguson header after the goal was a good save, but most of the good moments for him were late on in the match. I'd say it's a very strong performance, and he was one of the best performers on the pitch.
I know Fop Mob gave him man of the match. I think they gave him a 8.8, but I've been told Fop Mob is not very great for player ratings. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'm not going to give him man of the match, not quite, but I am going to give him an 8. I'm going to give him a 9. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10.
Nice. Positive. I love the start already. Mitch, you next, son. What are you saying?
I was thinking high 8, but we're going to change it. I'm going for just a 9.
Just a 9.
Just a 9. Excellent performance from Areola. 100% has to be my new first keeper for West Ham for a long time now.
I need to get that on a soundbite. Alfie's ooh.
I love the man. I love Areola. I've heard, I tell you, it's from a pinch of salt, that he's not very clever. Apparently, he's a bit of an idiot. He's quite dumb.
Don't say that. The word is more like I can't think of the word right now, but I know what you're saying.
A bit tipsy, but apparently he's not much intelligent.
Really?
I would say he's a bit carefree, I would say, in his approach to life.
Not in football, just in general. Talking about.
I didn't know
well,
that.
no, I'm disagreeing with your opinion, is what I'm saying. I wouldn't go that far.
Okay. Anyway, I love the man. I just think he's got to work on his handling of the ball with his hands. But in terms of making saves, I think he's up there in the league. He's so good at making saves. He's brilliant.
I think all around he's so good. Like the only critique I've had of him, which I've agreed with Alfie before, is his command of the box normally is very inconsistent. But everything else, I think he's so well rounded. I think he has good hand.
He's
got better at that.
He's not won me over yet. I'm not falling for it yet. I do like him. I think he started the season well. He's a great shot stopper, but I need to see a bit more before I mean, that catch was just horrendous. I need to see a bit more. In games where we're dominating the ball and teams are swinging crosses into the box, I need to see that he's capable of, dealing with it.
I think the clearance was more horrendous than the botched catch, but that's just my opinion. And before I give my rating, 66 people in the chat, please smash a like on the video. We're trying to get to 100 every single video, every single stream. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please, that would help us a lot. Hit the notification bell to be the first person in the chat, in the comments, in the streams, on the videos. And if you'd like to become a member of the channel, a link is in the description. Lots of great content coming weekly all the way up to match day. So for me, I'm going to agree with you guys. I'm going to give Areola a 9 out of 10. I thought he was just absolutely superb. Obviously there's some little nicks about his game that once or twice he didn't do well yesterday. Like his distribution wasn't that great. His handling the ball, obviously, on Alvarez's horrendous clearance was not great. But everything else, I thought he'd done well. He caught the ball decently. Parrying the ball away into not dangerous areas was very impressive as well. And yeah, I could not be more happier with Areola's start to the season. So 9 out of 10 from all of us. Let's move on to Vladimir Coufal. I'm going to start off on this one. I'm going to set the tone for this one. I would probably say, in terms of all the players on the pitch, I think he was probably at the bottom. But he still impressed me, and I was very happy with his performance. We didn't have a lot of the ball, so I'm not really going to judge him on.
He kept Matoma quiet.
No, that's if you let me finish. I was going.
We kept Matoma quiet.
as I go on. Sufal, I thought, defended Matoma brilliantly. He did get cooked once, but again, it's Matoma. He's a brilliant player.
More than once.
No, there's one that he got really cooked, but our terms of getting cooked can be completely different. Like, Matoma's so good that it's almost expected. But I thought Sufal done well yesterday defending. Going forward, it's harsh to say he was bad because really we did not have a lot of the ball, so there wasn't a lot of opportunity for a lot of players. But for me, I'm gonna give Sufal a 7. I'm gonna give him a 7. I thought, again, probably at the bottom of the totem pole in terms of performances, but still, just because he was doesn't mean he was bad. So for me, Sufal gets a 7 out of 10, a solid 7. Mitch, go next.
I give Sufal a standard 6.
Oh,
That is so harsh.
that is terrible.
And that is average, and people need to remember that it's an average rating. For an average performance, in my eyes, I think he's done a lot of things bad. I think in the second half, he was much better. He kept Matoma quiet in terms of his positioned himself very well yesterday. But in terms of his actual defending, he had a lot of help from Bowen and the other midfielders that came along across every time in the second half to help him out. But he did get beat by Matoma quite a bit. Matoma had a very off game as well in terms of his end product. But David Ferguson's shot right at the start of the second half was because Sufal's terrible defending, and it could have easily been a goal.
I see some mixed reviews in the chat, but keep going.
But I still think he was all right. I think he was all right. I think a 6 is fair, personally. But still, probably in my eyes, just the worst player yesterday.
Alfie.
I think considering the fact it was up against Matoma, I'd say he defended quite well. Yes, at times he had about 50 people helping him out. Bowen, Paqueta was also joining him in the second half. And interestingly, Sufal did not complete a pass in the first half, which isn't great. But
it's not great, but we all know how the game went and what the plan was.
But obviously that's not entirely his fault. I reckon Bowen genuinely completed about 2 or 3 at best. I did look in the 25th minute, and I don't think at that point Bowen or Sufal had made a pass or even attempted one. So I'd say Sufal defended well enough, and I'm going to give him a 7.
Well in. Would you guys like to move across the line or go to the opposite fullback?
Across!
Oh, gosh. All right. Well, all right. We'll go to Zuma. So, Kurt Zuma. Captain Zuma. I like the ring to it personally. He's been, in my opinion, very solid the first 3 matches. Mitch, you go first. Give us your assessment.
I will be getting a new mic very soon, by the way. I need to get that sorted. I'll go first, yeah, Lucas?
Yep, go ahead.
Kurt Zuma, very good yesterday. I put in a very solid performance. I think defensively, in terms of a low block, I think Zuma's got better actually.
Mate, we might have the Great Wall of East London in the low block. Nothing.
Yeah. Made a big tackle as well I remember the second half, which allowed us to counter attack, and Bowen should have scored. Really. Really solid. I mean, the headed clearances, I don't know how many he made. He must have made quite a few.
About a million.
I would give Zuma it's basically faultless performance, so I'll have to give him an 8.
Alfie, you want to go next or you want me to go?
I'll go Lukey Pookie. Right. Zuma's actually unreal in the low block. He is sensational. In the air, along the floor, he just, every time a cross comes in, especially when a player reaches the byline, he's there. I thought he was brilliant. I think his performance actually went under the radar a little bit. I thought nothing was his fault. I thought he was sensational, actually. So I'm going to give him a 8.5.
There's no halves here. You going low 8, solid 8, or strong 8?
Strong 8.
There we go, son. For me, Kurt Zuma, like Alfie said, Kurt Zuma in a low block is just he's unreal. Him him and Ogbonna, we'll get on to him shortly. But like yesterday was an absolute throwback to their old partnership before Ogbonna got hurt. And I still am a bit sad to this day to think what that partnership would be like now if Ogbonna never got hurt. But Kurt Zuma, unbelievable yesterday, headed everything away. Him, Ogbonna, and another man we will mention yesterday, in terms of clearing the ball with their head, with their feet, getting stuck in, just absolutely unreal. But Kurt Zuma, he seems to always lead by example in that low block defending wise, and he's just an absolute brick wall of a man. He still does come out of position quite frequently for some reason. Like I always catch him in the midfield for some reason, marking someone, but it is what it is. Yesterday was fine. I'm going to give him also a strong 8. Thought he was just unreal. Could not be happier with his performance. Now, let's move on. Keith has mentioned that he's going to call our defense just the dad's army, because we do have a bunch of just old men now in the back line. But let's move on to Ogbonna. Mitch, I'll let you go first again because I know we both love him so much, and I'll just let you confess your love for him and his performance first.
My favourite West Ham player at the club. I love Uncle Ange. Sensational history. It's kind of hard to pick who's better out of him and Zuma, I think.
Mate, that's why I said the Great Wall of East London.
I think Ogbonna probably made more clearances, but Zuma made more tackles, I'd say. So it depends on how you view it. I think Ogbonna, I've got to be honest, and people may disagree with me, it's up to you if you want to look. I think Ogbonna is better in a low block than Gwed. I think you may think I'm harsh, but
absolutely
in a game,
I don't think that's a bad assessment at all.
You're bang on.
I think in a game like yesterday,
I don't even think it's a debate, that sort of thing.
People will debate me, and well, James said that this wasn't the game for Bonner. Me and Lucas did disagree. We did say that this was the perfect game for Bonner, and it proved it. And so much so that I think in games like this, Bonner, if we are going to defend as deep as we did, Bonner probably is better than a Gwed in these games.
And if we want to be a bit more progressive, if we want to be a bit more progressive, you obviously play a Gerd.
Yeah, 100%. And obviously, if we want to move forward, Gwed is the better centre half overall. But we've got to be real. I know everyone wants to see, the better technical, the fresher, the faster centre half in the Gwed.
But sometimes it's just as simple as who fits the game plan better this week.
100%. 100%. And Ogbonna again proved everyone. And I said it last season when people were saying countless times we shouldn't renew Ogbonna's contract. And I saw it in the chat loads of times, and people telling me that they wouldn't renew his contract. I literally said he's perfect for seeing out games and sitting deep over 90 minutes. He's perfect for that, and it's exactly what we've done. It's done it to perfection.
So what are you saying for Ogbonna?
I'll give him a solid. Is he better than? I'm giving him the same rating. Solid 8.
I'll go next because we are the committee of Angelo Ogbonna. I'm also going to give him a strong 8, the same as Zuma. Again, just that partnership was vintage yesterday. It was so great to see. Like, they just work so well together. And then in a low block, just they clear everything away with venom, whether it's their feet or their head. And they're just so composed. They know where to be. And Angelo Ogbonna, I know he's getting on, but he's Italian. He gets better with age. He is the fine wine of this defense. And like Mitch said, he is easily one of my favorite players ever. And when the day comes, I will be very sad. I think this season I am going to have to get an Ogbonna kit and just have it framed. Hopefully use a certain connection in the chat or on this panel right now. Hopefully get it signed. That'd be nice. But I'm going to give him a strong 8. Alfie.
That's Alfie. You did that twice. 2 times over, please, and I'll pay a good amount of money for that.
Yeah, I'll get it done. I think this was the perfect game for him. I completely agree. I think a perfect example of this would have been Fulham last year. He came into the team. We defended so deep. It was ridiculous. And he was brilliant. I think he's great for a low block. I'd be tempted to keep him in the team on Friday. Some may put Aged back in. I'm not sure if I would. I've not
Is it
really
good
thought.
back for one game? Is it?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it's a yellow then red. Yeah.
yeah. I'm not sure. I think Aged's been a lot more shaky than what people say he's been in the last few months. Actually, I think he needs to step his game up a bit, and hopefully, it's been a bit of a wake up call for him. I probably would start Aged on Friday, but only just because it's Luton Town. But
Yeah.
we can't take him for granted. What I will say is, I thought Ogbonna was brilliant. I don't think he was at fault for anything. Yeah, flawless.
What are you
Old,
saying?
calm, 8.
Gotcha. All right, and we move on to my boy, the guy I've been backing for a long, long time, Emerson, aka Hemerson, the new left back in town. Alfie, I'll let you go first because you were singing his praises yesterday. You were coming to not conclusion, but your thoughts on him have changed a little bit, and I'll let you speak. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think he was good yesterday. I think he's been good since the Conference League final. You know, his ball carrying has always been one of his strengths. He's kept that up. He's starting to pick the right pass at the right time, in my opinion. But his on the ball qualities have never been a doubt to me. It's been his work rate and his defensive ability. And I think his work rate and defensive ability is gradually improving. There was one shocker in the Bournemouth game, but I did think yesterday he was really good. I don't think he was at fault for anything really. I can't remember Marsh really doing a lot, and Marsh has had a great season so far. So Emerson is going to get an 8 from me.
I'm gonna go next, and I'll leave Mitch for last. I have no more words about Emerson. Honestly, I think we can all agree when he first came to the club, we all thought it was a bit of a move to sweeten up Paqueta coming in because it's been well documented. They're best friends, good friends at least, great friends at least, and you see that in football often, but he's just fit the bill for this club for me. I think he's come in and just hit the ground running. Yes, as Alfie said, there has been a few matches where there's sometimes like something he does is it is a bit crap and it's highlighted a lot and emphasized, but just in terms of coming to the club and proving a lot of people wrong in different facets, like is he a left back? He can only play wing back. He can only play in a back 5? Can he play in a back 4? Can he do this and that? I think he's proven a lot of people wrong, and he has just been on a trajectory towards the heavens. Like, he is one of my favorite players, and I love watching the guy link up with everyone in the team. He knows the game. He knows ball. He knows to get up the pitch, and he's just so solid in my opinion. And I'm going to give him the same rating as Zuma and Ogbonna because in terms of clearing the ball and then being able to get the ball out of dangerous areas, not hoofing it up the pitch, but being able to play it around a little bit, I'm going to also give him a strong 8. I thought he was brilliant yesterday. Mitch, go ahead.
Obviously, it's clear that I love Emerson as well, and always have done. And even when he was accused of monstrous crimes by people like Alfie, he's now been cleared of all charges.
Rightly so.
He's beat the case.
Rightly so.
He's beat the case.
He's beat the case, just like Benjamin Mendy, and now he's proven Alfie wrong. But I actually think he's developing slowly his all-round game. He's becoming, in my opinion, even though he's not the youngest left back,
Yeah,
I do feel like over the last 12 months, he's developing his all-round game.
He's growing with the club, and I love that.
And that probably has to go to Moyes. You know, pointers to Moyes for, well, probably is him for improving his all-round game, his discipline. I've got to say, I think he's one of our most important players at the moment. I think without him, I think we'd really struggle. I think he gives us a lot of ball carrying, which is really needed, especially left-hand side because Ben Rama ain't the ball carrier. We don't really have someone natural to do that. So I just love Emerson. I think he's so important for us. And long may it continue. I'll give him just an 8 because I think a couple of times he gave the ball away in unnecessary and needless positions yesterday. He's a bit careless. But besides from that, I think he was very good. So yeah, Justin 8 for
I
me.
have no problems with any of those ratings. We move on to. Hold on, I need to change this real quick. We move on to the new boy on the block, the new lad on the block. He made his full debut yesterday. I still have no idea what his role was yesterday, but he done it. He done it well.
So Mark Evan Ferguson, that was his role.
Edson Alvarez. I'll start off with this one. For a full debut, I thought he was good. First match, a very tough match to come into, in my opinion. But I think, and this is credit to Moyes, he basically assigned Alvarez with a very simple task and wanted him to do that one thing, like Alfie said, Mark Evan Ferguson, and be that safety net right in front of the back four. And I'll be honest, and this is going to be the only negative thing I say today. I thought his clearances yesterday were absolutely atrocious. They were really bad, but I'm putting that down to full debut nerves. That won't happen again, I think. I really think he was just nervous. But his tackling, brilliant. The passion is clearly there. Like, he is a West Ham player if I've ever seen one. And I'm still holding my reservations on him because I want to see him more of an open match, just not defending for his life. You know what I mean? I'm looking for a bit more. But yesterday, he done his job. He was brilliant. I'm gonna give him an 8. I thought he done his job well. Moyes told him what to do. He done it to a T. And again, the clearances is the only bugaboo I have about yesterday with him. So, Mitch, go ahead. What are you giving Alvarez?
I'll keep mine short and sweet. I'll give him a high 7. I thought he was, for full debut, I thought he'd done really well. I think in that game, the way he played, he could really have done much more.
Yeah, I agree.
In terms of the situation he was in. He didn't do anything to make me go. We did, but I'm trying to think of how to say this. It didn't warrant an 8 for me personally. I don't think it was. I think an 8 is very high.
I'll be honest. I'm going off straight vibes from yesterday. I'm still so happy about the victory. So my ratings could be skewed, but that's just how I'm feeling.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, and I've been kind of the same as well. Yeah, it's a high 7 for me.
I think that's fair. I respect you keeping it real. Alf, go ahead, son. What are you saying?
Brilliant. Mark Evan Ferguson done his job.
He had a tough day yesterday, didn't he, Evan? Tough day.
Evan was marked. Evan was marked, and his best opportunity came as soon as the great man Alvarez came off the pitch.
And disclaimer, Alvarez isn't fully fit, and he was absolutely gassed when he came off. But again, we all know the benchmark of playing at this club, you give it your all until you literally cannot give a single breath more, and that's what he done. Yeah,
I thought he was good. Thought, he had that calm, composed, cool moment in the box where he turned a couple players. I was just like, wow.
That made me so nervous, I'm not going to lie, but brilliant job from him.
Yeah, I thought it was a class debut. He looks like a Mr. Moyes player. Yeah. Oh, an 8 from me. An 8 from me. I'll be back in a minute, lads. Literally about 20 seconds. I'm just going to get some milk.
All right. That boy needs some milk. Get them bones up. Get them bones strong, all right? All right, let's move on to the one, the only. This man makes me smile more than anyone. I don't know what it is, but James Ward-Prowse, Mitch, I'll give you the honors. Just how good is this guy? How well does he fit into this side?
I've got to say, I think his passing is unreal. I think could be the best. And just on the floor, the simple passes, he does them.
Think of this.
Every single one perfectly.
Think of this. You ready for this? People might not like this, and I'm not comparing them in terms of stature or like status at the club or anything like that. But what floored me about like people not wanting James Ward-Prowse, mate, he is so close. He is practically a replica of Mark Noble, in my opinion, but levels. they play the same exact way, in my opinion, but James Ward-Prowse has so much more in his locker that, like, it kind of baffled me that people really didn't want him. So, like, and again, that's not me slating Mark Noble in any way, but, like, James Ward-Prowse, the man is mustard. He's so good. Please continue. I'm sorry. You're waxing lyrical.
I understand. I completely understand.
I love him. I love him.
We get you, Dad. We get you.
And we're turning James over as well now. We've got James on the Ward-Prowse train.
Good man.
I always wanted him. I think he offered so much, and he still does offer so much quality and composure on the ball.
I love this nickname, Jimmy Two Dads.
In terms of passing, his passing is incredible. Like, it's not even set piece. It's just his actual quality, just moving forward the pitch. It's just, it's top tier. It's top of the fucking pack. I'll give him an 8.
He's just so good. And let's all talk about his celebration. Hits different in Claret and Blue, don't it?
I've watched your celebration a couple times.
Mate, I gotta do it. It's so electric. It hits.
Yeah.
It hits so good. Alfie, what are you saying, mate?
I'm saying that there's just been something paranormal that just happened behind Nick. I'm gonna have to show you after the stream. I'm not even joking.
Oh God,
I'm not even joking. Okay. But wow. But I thought Ward-Prowse was good. I think people were going overboard a little bit with how good he was. Yeah, I thought he was good. Obviously played a part in Antonio's goal. Not Antonio's goal. He started the move for his own goal, but let's be honest, his pass out to Antonio weren't.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest, but that run he made after he played it was unreal.
Yeah, good run. Lovely goal. You know, he gets about, gets stuck in, great block at times. I thought it was a solid performance and a good one overall. I'm going to give him an 8. And yeah, Mitch, seriously, someone just like flew in the air behind you.
And let me say this right now. His corners have to be some of the most dangerous I've ever seen. The amount of time there was that one period where he got 3 corners in a row. In the first 2, I swear he was going to pull off an Olympico front post. Like the first one, I genuinely thought was going in, but his set pieces, his corners yesterday were fantastic. His set pieces yesterday, not so much. Like when Souček got absolutely licked yesterday, he got concussed. God bless his soul. But James Ward-Prowse, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Everyone knows how much I love him on this channel.
No, I've just watched it back. There's a ghost in Mitchell's room. Absolutely no doubt. Seriously, something behind him genuinely flew in the air.
Mate, he's got to atone for his sins. He's got to work in these conditions. But for me,
mate, it's my karma for slating Souček. This guy's Souček. He's like in his house right now, just like conjuring something in his room.
His third generation Nan is just haunting you right now. So stop talking shit about my grandson. Or whatever they call each other. But for me, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. James Ward-Prowse, he's mustard. He's different gravy. I love him at this club. I'm going to give him a 8 out of 10. Just, I love the humble pie, and I respect a lot of people that are admitting they're wrong about him. Huge respect. Mm-hmm. Takes a lot. Next, we will keep it short and sweet on this one, Souček. He came off 37th minute. I'll go first. I'll keep it short. Mate, I'm giving Souček an 8 out of 10. I thought he was unreal before he came off. I thought he was so good again. He has really, like, I don't know what it is. And people have been saying Declan Rice could have held him back a little bit. And I think it might be reigning true a bit. For me, he's looked very solid the first 3 matches. That's just my opinion, though. But I'm going 8 out of 10. Mitch, you're laughing. I know you disagree, but keep it.
Not for that. No. I thought Souček was really good. I thought it was really good. I'll give him a high 7.
Okay.
And I would give him a high rating if he played the full 90. But it's only because he didn't, and he only played 37 minutes. But
respect.
I thought, I've been impressed with Souček. And yeah, I think he does all the. He's been doing the defensive basics very well, and been pressing very well. And I'm surprised. I'm very impressed. And and he's not going to. He's not a star for West Ham. He's not. And it will never be. And that's always been my stance. But
I'll tell you what he's doing.
I do think there is a place for West Ham. I do.
He's
think
doing his best
on the bench.
Fabianski impression right now. Not.
He is. Yeah. he's got a good squad role at the club, and at the minute, if he keeps playing like he is,
if he plays like this in Europa League, wow. Alfie, go on, son. What are you saying?
Very
First 37 minutes.
I can't believe it. As Neville said, it was like a black object jumped up behind Mitchell. But
what minute was it, Alfie?
So just as we started talking about Ward-Prowse, so it was about 4 minutes 40 ago, I think. He just flies up behind you.
80 people in the chat, please smash that like button.
A few people in the chat have seen it as well. But anyway, on Souček, I thought he was good when he was on the pitch. Yeah, I thought he was good when he was on the pitch. Got involved, won aerial duels, contested well, won balls high up the pitch. 7 for me, but obviously his stay was short-lived. Sorry. And Mitch, have you seen it?
I'm trying. I'm waiting for it. What pass popped up?
Paranormal moments on E20 here, people. Smash a like on the video.
Looking for it.
All right, and while Mitch is going to look at his ghosts, we'll go straight to who came on for him, his sub. Said Benrahma. Mitch, you go first. Tell us about Said Benrahma yesterday. I was loving him yesterday. Absolutely brilliant.
Benrahma? I thought he didn't subs after.
No. Go Benrahma.
Okay.
Have you seen it, Mitch?
No, not yet. But I'll have a look again after. Benrahma. What a... I don't get it. I don't get how you can be so poor. And I literally do not rate... I used to rate Benrahma so highly, but I don't anymore. But he's so good almost every time he comes off the bench. And because of that, he has to be benched every game.
That is paranormal.
That is paranormal. It was brilliant when he came on. I've got to be honest, it was very good. He gets tonight as well.
I don't know what it is with him. I don't know if it's because like he gets to sit on the bench and kind of read the game a little bit, and when he comes in, he kind of knows what he's supposed to do or something like that. But mate, I've said it for time. You've said it for time. Like just Benrahma off the bench. I don't know why, but he hits different. It just doesn't really make sense. But I'm gonna give Benrahma a strong 8. Actually, no. I don't care. I'm gonna give Benrahma a 9. I thought he was so good yesterday. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. One of the best matches he's played in the kit, and I was very proud of him. He played with confidence. He took the ball past 3 players, 1 run. The assist to Bowen, absolutely unreal. He was mustard yesterday. Alf, what are you saying about Benrahma?
Yeah, I thought it was excellent. And I do not rate Benrahma, but I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Everything he done, couple times where he misplays end product, but every player does that. Mitch has seen it, by the way. Mitch, you got anything to tell us?
I've seen it, yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know. Maybe it's the cat going crazy.
Real quick, let's get into this. Keith Knight,
there we go.
Top man.
Keith.
Keith, we always appreciate you, mate. Seriously, you're too kind to us.
The beer fund.
We really appreciate it, Keith.
£10 from Keith Knight for the beer fund and the paranormal experience in Mitch's room. There's a Dementor in your room.
Yeah,
that'd be actually a brilliant chant.
That is
There's a Dementor
creepy,
in your
You
room.
need to get that clipped up and checked.
I do, yeah.
We'll go on, Alf. Sorry.
Yeah, I thought Benrahma was brilliant. Great, unreal ball for Bowen, obviously for his goal, and brilliant to hold up. I thought he dribbled past players well. I thought he looked confident on the ball.
Yes.
Yeah, he looked confident. And me and Lucas have said before, Benrahma is a major confidence player, which I don't necessarily think is a good thing because it's very hard for a player to be confident all the way through a season. When he's not confident, I genuinely believe he's a disgrace on the pitch at times. But I thought yesterday he was absolutely brilliant. I would give him a high 8. And I think
You got Mitch checking over his shoulder.
checking his shoulders like Xavi. Yeah, I'd give Ben Rama a high 8.
Okay.
He ain't sleeping in there tonight, I tell you.
He's gonna have to sleep in the boot tonight. All right, let's move on to Lucas Paqueta. This one will be a bit interesting as well. Mitch, I'll let you go first. What are your thoughts on Lucas Paqueta yesterday?
Do some very good moments of quality on the ball. Quite a tough one, this one.
Yeah.
Quite tough. I'm very split between the high 7 and the low 8. I thought it was good
you know
yesterday.
what? Because you're split, I'll give mine first. I'm going with a strong 7.
And I
Strong
agree.
7.
I'm going to agree with you.
Wasn't bad by any means, but again, because of how the match played out and the way our tactics were, I really don't hold any reservation to our creative or forward players because that wasn't the score yesterday. Like, we just really capitalized on our opportunities we had, and we defended like an absolute well-oiled machine. So yeah, for me, strong 7 for Paqueta. Mitch, you said strong 7 as well?
Yeah.
Alf, what are you saying, mate?
Mitch did it. I think Paqueta was. I do think he is overrated by our fan base. I'm going to say it now. I do think he is. I don't think. I saw people the other day genuinely.
I thought Rice was overrated by fan base.
I think Rice was a considerably better player than Paqueta is.
Yeah, 100%.
I saw people saying the other day that Paqueta's better than Payet, which I think is insulting. But I love Paqueta. Yes, he's an embarrassment at times, like when he went down after someone whacked him on the chest.
No, yesterday I would say it was embarrassing, but people saying he's a wind-up merchant, I don't agree. That was like the first time I seen something genuinely from Paqueta that I was like, all right, that is a bit shocking, that dive.
Right? I think he is. I think he done it a couple of times last game as well. But he's great to watch. He played an unreal ball to Antonio. Antonio should have scored. Overall, I'd say it was decent. 2 key passes as well. So yeah, actually, I think he played quite well. Actually, I'm going to give him a high 7, if not an 8.
Yeah, again, like I said, I'm giving no one a low score from yesterday. I'm still on such a high from that. Let's move on. In spoiler,
one last thing.
Yeah,
his work rate is incredible.
It's happened again.
Incredible. Huh?
It's happened again.
Actually.
Oh, my.
Go get another glass of milk, Alf.
No, he is. By our fan base.
You watch it.
There's no doubt he is.
All right. Listen.
That doesn't mean he's bad, Charlie boy.
Behind me, Alf.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to move on. Spoiler alert for me. This is my man of the match yesterday. It was a very, very tough decision because, seriously, there was about 5 players I was contemplating man of the match. But Jared Bowen, I'm going to go first. Jared Bowen, we're talking about overrated players. This man could be one of the most underrated players in the Premier League, especially in his position in terms of just all-around play. I will go down and say he is the best defensive winger in the Premier League by a mile. He would fit into almost any club that buys him. He would be an absolute sensation at Liverpool. He'd be a sensation at City. I don't care what anyone says. The boy knows how to play the West Ham way. He's so brilliant. He's so good. And yesterday could have been one of the greatest matches I've ever seen him play in terms of just everything. He was just different gravy yesterday. And for me, Jared Bowen gets a 9 out of 10. My man of the match. And his goal yesterday, strong 9. And his goal yesterday, my, oh my, that was a worldy of a touch, worldy of a finish, world-class ball from Ben Rama as well. Strong 9, my man of the match. Mitch or Alf, which one of you wants to go next?
Me.
All right.
Oh, Mitch, show you paranoid.
Yeah, I do need to get a new mic. Although you can't spell Mike, so you've got your
And
spelling
your
from
new bedroom.
Poundland.
And you
I'll
need
be
a
your
new
Mike.
bedroom.
I'll be your new Mike.
Your house is haunted, mate.
As in Mike.
Yeah, true enough. Bowen wasn't involved in the game enough for me to give him man of the match, but I still think he was one of our best players. I think his quality when he was running with the ball yesterday was sensational. He brought fouls. He should have scored as well. Two. He should have scored 2 more goals. Really, he had 3 big chances in the game. His work rate was sensational.
Per usual.
Excellent. High 8.
Love that. Alf, what you saying?
Bowen on fire.
Oh, God. Singing lessons, son, please.
I thought it was brilliant. I think he's so underrated. Now that is underrated. Jarrod Bowen, brilliant defensively, always puts in a job for the team. A sensational finisher. Yeah, you do, Mitch. You do. A sensational finisher. Tenacious, aggressive, a good dribbler, carries
He's got
the
his
ball,
thesaurus out, people.
scores fouls. This man
Is on fire.
He haunts opposition defenses like Mitch's room is so haunted and just disgraceful. And he needs to replace that room immediately. I'd say Bowen was brilliant. Goal and an assist. Unbelievable touch for the goal. And he gets a 9 from...
Is he your man of the match, Alf?
No.
You know who's man of the match is, and we're going to move on to him right now. Alfie, I'll let you take the floor on this one, mate. Give us your rating for Michail Antonio.
9.5.
I'll let you get away with 9.5 because this is your man of the match.
Yeah, 9.5 for a high 9, that sort of thing. I thought he was a joke. The most overhated player in our fan base. I saw people on a stream, I'm not going to mention what one, and it wasn't the person hosting the stream, it was the idiots in the replies, saying, oh, call Antonio a taxi. And they were calling him useless because he messed up the first chance in the game. He went past about 3 players to mess up that chance. Do you even know what you're watching? This is a guy that consistently overachieves. He was up there by himself, yet was creating chance. We'd made 5 passes in the first 25 minutes, yet we'd had about 12 touches in the opposition box. It was all because of Antonio. The first goal was because of Antonio being brilliant. Every goal was because of Antonio. The second goal, he got the ball in the left back position and started the move. The third goal, he scored himself with just a ridiculous turn and finish. When he's at his best, Antonio is so underrated, it's disgraceful. And our fan base should be ashamed of themselves for the way they've treated our all-time Premier League top scorer. Reevaluate what you watch. And by the way, he's technically better than people give him credit for as well, because I thought his touch yesterday was brilliant. Every time it was pinned into him, touch was perfect, laid it off. Brilliant.
But that is not always the case for Antonio.
Not always the case, but it's never going to be the case. This is every other striker we've brought in has been considerably worse than him. And worse, well, apart from him. And but we didn't bring him in whilst Antonio was up front. Since Antonio's moved up front under Moyes, we brought in Haller, useless, absolutely flipping crap.
I agree. Shite. I swear. So I had a knee in the end. Terrible.
Skamaka,
well played.
not as bad as Haller, but we will see what happens in his career. And Ings, Jesus Christ.
Ayeti.
Oh, flipping hell.
We do not talk about a Yeti, please.
I've done a fan cam after Newport County away in Newport saying on his debut, a Yeti is never going to make it as a professional footballer.
I've seen that one.
And people were saying, you're disgusting, Mitch. You should understand. You don't know football. Yeah. I said, I can see it. He's got no football IQ. He's a terrible striker. And I agree. Him and Haller, those are two strikers.
Alf, this is a great exponential anger says, Alfie, put down the sword, mate. The battle is over and you're winning the war. Too young to stress like this.
No,
mate.
he is right. And then
You know what? That is the best words I've ever seen him say to Alf.
I'll give credit to my dad, actually, because when Haller came in after the first couple of games of the season, everyone was like, oh, Haller is brilliant. I was saying it as well. My dad's like, I'm not convinced. I think he looks like a pony. I was like, really?
A pony?
It was true.
All right.
That man is donkey. Haller is donkey, and I could not care less if he came 20th in the Ballon d'Or ranking. Whatever.
We got to move on a bit. We got to move on a bit.
Crap.
Alf, we got to move on a bit. Mitch, what's your rating for Antonio from yesterday? Alf, you said strong 9?
10.
10. All right. 10. 10 for Alfie, man of the match. Mitch, go ahead, mate. What are you saying about Antonio from yesterday?
Antonio, my man of the match as well. I'd give him a solid 9. He would be getting a 10 if he scored one of them chances one of them 2 chances that he had.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
But he was just sensational yesterday. He was so good. Everything he done, besides from missing those 2 chances, was near perfection. He was brilliant. Excellent.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to give him the same rating as Jared Bowen. I'm going to give him a strong 9. He just misses out for man of the match for me. Seriously, if I could give 5 people man of the match, I would, because there's so many good players yesterday. Technically, my man of the match goes to anyone that wears Clarendon blue, anyone that loves the club, anyone that just bleeds for this club.
What about Cresswell?
Let's not talk about him. But Antonio, strong 9 for me. Just misses out on man of the match. He was just absolutely brilliant yesterday. That vintage Antonio and his goal. Wow. Touch, turn, Bosch. Those Antonio goals where he just smacks him far post across the keeper with venom. Those hit like crack for me. JWP golf celebration hits. Oh, but when Antonio scores those types of goals for me, just unreal. Now,
what goal did you boys celebrate the most yesterday?
I think
the Bowen one. The Bowen one, I'd say.
Probably the Bowen one, I'd say. But I mean, I was pleased with every single one. Let's move on to the bench quickly, boys.
Do you reckon everyone celebrated our goals yesterday?
I would hope. So.
I mean, surely every West Ham fan would celebrate, especially the Antonio goal.
All right, real quick. We're gonna have to move on to the bench. Let's go quick. So, quick thoughts. 4 nows. I thought he was good when he came on. I'm gonna give him a 7.
6.
7.
Danny Ings, he had a clearance off the line.
Low
0.
7. Oh God. And Tilo Kerr, I'll give him a. I'm not giving anyone lower than
9.
7 from yesterday.
Give him a 9.
I'll give him a 7.
1.
Okay.
6.
Now let's move on to the ref. Actually, you know what? I didn't have many complaints yesterday with the ref. It was one of those matches where I actually thought he was non-existent, to be honest with you. And this could be the new highest rating I give a referee. I'm going with a 5 out of 10.
You're joking.
5 out of 10 is like an 8 out of 10.
You're such a mug.
Alf, what are you saying?
1.
Yes, son. Mitch, what are you saying?
6.5. Strong 6.
You're the.
I've got to be honest. I've got to be honest. That Paqueta challenge in the penalty area, which I did actually forget about.
Oh, actually, no. I'm sorry. I'm changing my rating to a 3 because that booking on James Ward-Prowse was an absolute disgrace.
That was bad. That was only bad thing.
No, that was a clear booking. Got to admit. I thought that was
so my rating goes to.
I disagree.
3 out of 10.
I thought the Alvarez booking was worse than that.
He did tackle someone earlier in the match and didn't get booked, which was crazy.
Was a bit high and dangerous, really.
He won the ball, though. He won the ball first.
Could have been dodgy. No, that could have been if he'd done that even a bit worse.
All right.
I think we got lucky. I think we got a little bit lucky with the Paqueta foul, which could have been a penalty on Estupiñán. I think if that was against us, I would want it.
Let's move on to the grand finale, people. David Moyes, the last rating of the evening. Mitch, I'll let you go first. Give us your rating on David Moyes yesterday.
I've got to say, he set up absolutely perfectly. He said in his post-match interview, he wished that we took care of the ball better in terms of playing it out, and when we did have moments of possession, that we kept it better. So you can tell, and that would be my only criticism of the match. We were a bit wasteful in possession in terms of clearing it. We did direct our clearances towards Antonio. It was very much just move it blindly, which did wind me up a few times. But besides from that, it was a near enough perfection, a perfect performance. That is the way you've got to play in those matches, and it does not matter how you set up against a team like Brighton. If you get a result, even if you get a draw, it would have been a great result yesterday. So, and all the credit goes to obviously the players worked very hard as well for him, but most of the credit's got to go to Moyes. A 7, I saw. So, I'd go. I'd go a high 8.
All right. Alfie, would you like to go next, or you want me to go next?
10. Easy 10. Easy 10. Got absolutely everything right. Tactically outdone someone who Jamie Carragher was saying before the game. Not Jamie Carragher. Jamie Redknapp was saying before the game could be one of the best managers of all time, which I thought was a bit outlandish.
Jesus
10.
Christ.
Easy 10 from Moyes. Got everything right. Absolutely done in De Zerbi. I thought we were sensational. I thought his team selection was perfect. I thought his subs, apart from Ings, were brilliant. I thought his face was quality. I just thought we were brilliant. The way we set up, the low block, the transition-based play, the sub for Benrahma for Souček, the idea to keep Benrahma high when Antonio drops. 10 out of 10. If I could give him an 11, I would.
All right, and that leaves me for last. Yeah, this one I think is incredibly easy. I'm going to give Moyes a 10 out of 10. When you put the look of disgust on a manager like Roberto De Zerbi's face, you know you've done something right. You know you've gotten one over on him. And I said it before, I'll say again, Moyes put this guy in an absolute chokehold. Like, he just could not get out of his death grip. He was the Grim Reaper yesterday. And even the comments that De Zerbi made after the match, incredibly salty behavior from him. Incredibly salty behavior. But, I mean, Moyes just had the perfect game plan, the perfect tactical analysis he put together.
Oh, Ben.
What?
Very cheeky, naughty comment. Just pops up on the live chat.
Oh, goodness. But
Very cheeky.
We love you, Moyes.
Just a tactical masterclass from David Moyes. Lineup was great. Benrahma sub was perfect, even though I was very cautious about it, or I didn't like it. I didn't think it made sense at the time, but now I see the vision. Obviously easier to see it after the result. But nothing further from me. 10 out of 10. Done brilliant. He made Roberto De Zerbi want to fly back to Italy and cry to his family. But 11. Yeah, 10 out of 10 for me. And that does it for the player ratings tonight. Gentlemen, I appreciate you coming on and doing this with me. Your participation is greatly appreciated. And that goes along with everyone in the chat as well. 69 people in the chat. Nice, by the way. If you could, please smash a like on the video. It helps us greatly, and we're trying to get to 100 likes every single video, every single stream. Helps us out a lot. If you haven't,
please smash it.
If you haven't hit subscribe, please do so. Hit the notification bell while you're at it as well. And
we're gonna save up for a deep clean of Mitchell's bedroom. There's something fishy going on.
We got to get him gallons of holy water.
Excision. What's it?
That's a
Cleanse.
concert.
If you see Mitch dead in the next couple of days, you know why. There's someone
Or
in
possessed.
that. Yeah.
But real quick, before we wrap up, I always oh my god. Before we end every video, I like to reiterate how much we all appreciate your participation and support in the chat. Without you guys, we'd just be talking to ourselves. It wouldn't be fun at all. So, Jesus.
No, Albert, no. He's got him. The devil's got.
I'm sorry. I've got to mute him after that one. But we thank you all for your participation per usual. You guys are awesome. We love your opinions. We love interacting with you guys. So, yeah, that's it from me. As soon as I unmute the guy, this is what happens. But any final words, boys, before I wrap up?
I love you, Lucas. You're a great host.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're crap.
And that's where we end it. That's everyone gets removed for that one. But until next time, people, stay safe. Don't go changing. We love you all. Come on, you Irons.